Hey, good evening, everybody. Just wanted to jump back on real quick here in the Shoals Weather StormTrack Center with a quick forecast update for the rest of the night tonight and into tomorrow morning. We're going to jump right into models. Right now, radar is clear. No precipitation across the Shoals area, northwest Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee, or northeast Mississippi. But I wanted to give you a heads up before you start getting ready to go to bed here later tonight. If the models are correct, you may be woken up early tomorrow morning by some noisy thunderstorms and lots of heavy rainfall as well. Go ahead and let me know while we're going through the models where you're watching from this evening. Go ahead and put that in chat, and you'll see that pop up there on the left-hand side of your screen. But again, we're going to start out with the HRRR computer model. I've been going through this data for the last little bit, and so far, it's pretty spot on for what's going on right now. Not a lot. This is currently, again, 7:43 p.m. This is a model image for 10:30 tonight, so I don't expect anything through about now and 10 o'clock. Then as we get closer to the midnight hour, notice in the top left-hand part of your screen, 11 p.m., starting to see a few showers pop up north of us in Tennessee. And then as we continue to move after midnight tonight, there we go at 1 o'clock in the morning, some moderate showers moving into Hohenwald and the Lawrenceburg area. But the real action doesn't get started up until after 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Again, if this model is correct, this is 3 in the morning, big-time thunderstorms, probably not severe. Can't rule out a severe storm overnight, but I think the highest risk overnight will be torrential rainfall and maybe some flash flooding as well. But again, 3 o'clock in the morning, heavy storms coming down into Wayne County, Hardin County, coming out of the Decaturville, Tennessee area. As we continue to slide forward in time, 3:54 a.m. right before 4 o'clock in the morning. Look at all the new thunderstorms developing all the way down into northwest Alabama. And then a big blob of thunderstorms continues through 5:30 in the morning. First wave really starts to push south down towards Coleman and Birmingham by, this is 6:45 tomorrow morning. But look up north. Here comes round 2, 8:30 in the morning. Heavy rain and storms still ongoing in the area. 9:15 tomorrow morning, if this is right, more heavy storms moving into the area, heavy rainfall, maybe a little bit of gusty winds, lots and lots of lightning. And the heavy rain continues on this model run through 10:45, 11, there's 11:30, and finally by the noon hour starts to move south. So again, we'll just play that through for you, and you'll see just that big explosion of showers and thunderstorms there again, well after midnight tonight. It may come in 2 rounds. One initial round, probably between 1 and 3 a.m. May get a break, and then round 2 comes in between maybe 4, 5, 6 a.m., and that may last for much of the morning hours. One other thing I want to show you real quick is the total precipitation from the HRRR. Now, it'll take it just a second for this to load up. Colors may look a little funky, but we'll show you that here in just a second once it loads. It's painting some pretty heavy rainfall amounts across the area. So if I rewind that back again, through midnight, not a lot expected, and then after midnight, here comes the heavy rain and storms. There we are at 6 tomorrow morning. So we've got a few stripes of heavy rain. You can see here from Lexington over to Anderson, maybe 2 inches of rain. Decatur area, maybe up to 3. There's a spot there near Walnut Grove, Tennessee, maybe up to 2 inches of rain. But a lot of the heavy rain doesn't come until after the 6 a.m. hour and that second round coming down. So here we go at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. and noon. And again, look at that heavy rainfall, maybe parts of eastern, and this has shifted around a little bit. One model run ago, this was basically stretched from Waynesboro, Savannah, right down through the Shoals and right down through Moulton. Now it shifted it back to the east. More model runs have probably shifted back to the west. So don't worry about exact placement. But again, what we're looking at here is the models are painting out several areas of 3, 4, 5 inch rainfall amounts between, say, 2, 3 tomorrow morning and noon tomorrow. So that's pretty significant. Yes, we've been dry, but if we get 3 to 6 inches of rain and maybe a little bit more of that in some localized areas in less than 6 to 8 hours, we're going to have some flooding issues that we have to deal with tomorrow morning, maybe going through the midday hour. So again, just wanted to let you know before you got ready for bed tonight, what we're watching on the models tonight. Heavy rainfall, again, may develop after midnight tonight and go through tomorrow morning. What we'll do is we'll look at another short-term model. I'm not a big NAM computer model fan for obvious reasons, you guys that watch the models. But what we'll do, we'll go in and look at the NAM 3 kilometer, and we'll basically just compare it with what we just saw on the HER and see what it looks like for tomorrow morning. And again, we'll load that up through the noon hour. Give it just a second to let that model run load in. You'll see it flashing a little bit, and we'll compare the two. So far, it's doing a pretty good job. Not a lot going on this evening, and there we go. Early tomorrow morning, you just saw a brief snippet there. Not nearly as widespread on the rainfall. So notice there on that first wave after midnight, scattered stuff, but it develops that second wave as well early tomorrow morning. So we'll go ahead and stop that. We'll take it through a little bit slower for you. There's round 1 on the NAM 3 kilometer coming in after midnight again. And then not a lot going on this model run through 5, 6, 7 in the morning. And then there we come with that big blast of showers and thunderstorms between 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 o'clock. And that's some heavy rain all the way through noon in pretty much the same location. So what we look at on these models is, do they look alike? Do they look different? And so far, those two models look pretty similar to each other. That first wave, that's kind of iffy. But that second wave coming in early tomorrow morning, that's pretty much dead on what the HRRR thinks is going to happen here across the area. So, yes, Dan, thank you for that in chat. We do need the rain. We are dry as a bone. So far, just over my shoulder, I don't know if you can see that. Here at my location at the studios in the Shoals, that bottom number right there on the weather station, that's since last Sunday. I only reset that once a week, and we've only seen about 0.17 inches of rain here on our weather station. A lot of you guys haven't seen a drop of rain in the last week or two. So yes, we very, very much need the rainfall. We just don't need it all to come at one time, right? Dan, thanks for that comment. And yeah, we'll definitely, like I said, we'll be here later tonight, early tomorrow morning. We'll be watching radar, and if anything does go crazy with flooding, I don't really think we'll have a big severe weather risk with this tonight. What I do want to show you before we end this live update is our Weather Prediction Center outlook for flooding. And we'll go ahead and throw on that Storm Prediction Center first, because we do technically still have a marginal risk of severe weather overnight tonight. Notice that green shaded color there. That is the level 1 out of 5 severe weather risk. So again, can't rule out a few strong thunderstorms. Notice the higher risk out to our west, out in the plains. That's a level 3, and then a level 2 down across central Alabama. But again, the higher threat, I think, for tonight will definitely be the flooding issue. There's your Weather Prediction Center flooding risk for the rest of tonight into early tomorrow morning. That yellow shade is a level 2 out of 4. That's a slight risk. Notice they've added a level 3 out of 4 moderate risk to areas further north and west of us. So that gives us pretty high confidence that we're going to have a lot of heavy thunderstorms develop off to our northwest tonight. Flooding starts there first, and those thunderstorms roll down southeast into our local area again after midnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, and again may produce anywhere on average, I would say 1 to 2 inches of rain. And again, I think some of us is going to get 3+ inches of rain, and may see a lot more than that. How about 5 or 6 inches for some of you guys out there? So there's your current radar once again. Not a lot going on. Looking at the whole southeast. Look up there in Missouri. There comes the start of what we're going to see later tonight. Just now firing up there southeast of the Kansas City area. So that's going to do it for this quick evening weather update. Like I said, just wanted to jump on live and try to catch everybody before you head off to bed later this evening. Don't be surprised again if you're woken up early tomorrow morning by loud thunder, heavy rainfall. Again, may have some gusty winds, maybe some small hail in the thunderstorms, but I don't think we have a very large severe weather threat overnight tonight. So with that, thank you as always for watching. We'll be here in the studio tracking the storms overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning. And until then, just remember, when you go to bed tonight, if you have a smart TV or a Roku or Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, anything like that, you can throw on our Shoals Weather Now channel. We've got that streaming 24/7 on our YouTube channel. So, of course, we're streaming this on YouTube, and we're streaming this update on Twitter. So if you're watching us on Twitter and you're like, hey, we didn't know we were on YouTube, go check us out. Search for Shoals Weather on YouTube, and you'll see that live stream going 24/7 with current radar, forecast information, and that loops 24/7, and crank up the music. Got some old school smooth jazz playing in the background on there as well, so make sure you crank that up. And you can leave that on all night tonight. That way, when you hear the storms, you can roll out of bed, peek at your TV, look at radar, and know exactly what's going on in your location. And if we do have any watches or warnings overnight tonight, didn't mention we do have a flood watch in effect that goes through midday tomorrow. But if we have any flood warnings, those will also be scrolling on the Shoals Weather Now channel as well. So again, hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening, and thank you as always for watching.